What's up, guys? It's your boy Paul from Rideout Reviews, and I am here to give you another TV review today. And it's on the new Netflix series Messiah. Now, Messiah had me already hooked when I saw the commercial because it's kind of like, what would it be like if Jesus would have came in 2020? Now, things are way different now as it was back then, and so it's like, well, I wonder how we would act or how we would feel or what kind of crowds it would bring. What would the government do? So with this show, we kind of get that, man. That's what got me hooked. So with that, man, let's jump into it. Messiah stars Michelle Monaghan, Mehdi Debbie, John Ortiz, Tomer Sicily, Melinda Page, Hamilton Jane Adams, Will Travel, and Saeed El Alami. Messiah is about a CIA agent who investigates a man who comes on the scene boasting impressive speech and miraculous powers. She then follows this man around the world to see if he is truly divine or just some amazing con artist. So, man, this TV show, man, it's really good at holding that suspense. I mean, you never really know what's going on in this thing, man. Every time that you watch it, and you keep trying to figure something out, it's like something else happens. Now, they do show some foreshadowing because I remember seeing some things thinking, okay, now I understand why. But it is very difficult to see what's going on. And in the end, they make twists that just continue to propel this show further, making you want to watch more, man. So I really enjoyed the show in that fact, man. I didn't know what was going on, and I wanted to know who he was. I think that was a big thing. It's like, who is this guy? What is he trying to do, and what do people think he is, or who he think he is? And I think that was a propelling agent in the show. And then whenever they started adding all of these other parts of his life that we got to see some of his actions that were actually happening during it, man, I tell you what, dude, it made it a very interesting watch and very good to continue to see. This kind of reminds me of that show The Oath, because in The Oath, it made it so ambiguous to see the truth of their religion. And I believe that's the way it is in this show. And that's what really intrigued me so much, is they never said if he was really Messiah, the Messiah, or if he was just a con artist. And they would add evidences to one way, but then they would add another to say, well, maybe not. And so I thought that was really good. It's like, you got to make your own decision. Who do you say he is? Which is really intriguing in itself, man. And they did that right up until the end, too. So they are setting themselves up for another season if they put it out. I think it'd be really worth it. I'd want to check it out. Also like the acting in this, man, especially the main character, the guy that plays Al-Masih. He did a very good job in the way he presented himself, because I think if a person is to say he's the Messiah, he would have to have a certain way of holding himself to the public. And he does that quite well. It's like a gentleness where it seems like people can come up and be able to talk to him, but at the same time, he has a sense of power, and he's not easily pushed around. He has like a ability to have anger and stop things from happening when you are like not on the right page with him. But he also has that gentleness that like you can even ask him these questions if you need to, if you want to. So I think that's very powerful. Now, at times he does come off a bit creepy, a bit weird, and sometimes his charismaticness, like being able to just speak with anybody, is a little flawed. But I think overall he did a great job with his character. I also think the lady that played, and she was in The Oath too, that played the CIA agent, she did a good job too with that, I guess you would call it a tenacity that she would in pursuing this character and having the power to be able to do things that other people wouldn't, and just continuing to like investigate and search and find answers about who this person is. She has like a gung ho, or just, I guess tenacity is the best word for trying to get the answers to the questions that are surrounding this person. And that's another thing that's good about this, is just those questions that Al-Masih begins to ask all the people around him, and how the way that he asks questions and the way that he presents himself to others makes other people think about who they are, what they're tolerant of, and maybe they need to search themselves a bit more. So I thought that was really good an aspect. Well, the bad is I really thought the first couple episodes, like, I didn't really get hooked until the second episode. I think that the first one was really just based on the premise that I wanted to keep watching it just to find something out. But as the show continued, I continued to be more in it. Got my hooks in it, because it was so good. It's so compelling in a way that it makes you want to watch. I think it's not a whole lot of action or anything like that. It's just you want to know more. You want to know more. So at first it was a little slow. I think that. But if you just sit and wait just a little bit, stay in it till at least episode 3, then you will definitely like this show. So let me give my rating. I think it's a 4 out of 5 R's. Very good, very interesting. The premise is good, and they actually live up to it. Because I know a lot of times shows don't do that. They say something that you think, "Wow, this is going to be good," and they don't fulfill its promise. But this one does. It really does. It kind of like topples the idea of government in the center of a messianic character coming into the world, trying to see how these people are going to believe, if you're religious, if you're not religious, like how it's going to affect people. And so I thought that was really good. Is it redeemable? That's the last thing we like to ask. With a show of this type of nature, based on faith, I think it is redeemable because it kind of demonstrates or shows family, trust, and then obviously faith of all. And I think the most important thing is like, how would we react if we were in a time when the Messiah came? Like, would we truly believe? Would we hate him? Or what? How will we act if something like this happened? If somebody with these type of powers comes through and displays himself. So I thought that was really good in that. And if you are of age, then yeah, check it out. It's a really good show. All right, guys, I appreciate you for watching the show. Put some comments in if you think you like the show. Then let me know if you thought it was bad. Let me know if you got anything else, man. Put it in there. Also, hit that like button because that always encourages us. And if you didn't like it, don't worry about nothing. And then also, go ahead and subscribe, man. We appreciate it. Get more content that we got on the show. We got trailer reviews. We got TV show reviews. We got movie reviews. We got trailer reactions. So check it all out, man. I appreciate you guys for watching one more time. And like always, man, keep watching movies.